on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. Hello, and hello. Right. Of course, we're not starting at our usual 12 or 11 a.m. start time. A little later. Starting a little later. In fact, I thought it was going to be much later today. Actually, I thought we were going to be as late as 7 or 8. Supposed to be on a flight today, but I'm sure you guys are keeping track with COVID and everything that's going on. And I'm sure you guys are aware all flights to Haiti are shut down, meaning I am here. I am here in the United States, and we are making the best run of it. Right, we're making the best run of it. Interesting times, I have to tell you, even in America. Even for what I'm keeping track on things in Haiti, of course, my business affairs are there, and so I'm very much there daily, virtually, even though if I'm not there physically. And we are in I guess waters that are very much unusual. I can say. I think for all of us here, I think a lot of us are watching, are working from home, doing different things that we aren't necessarily used to doing. Right. It is certainly I don't want to use the word scary time, but certainly it's something I think a lot of us have never experienced. I know some countries have dealt with pandemics before. China has, certainly. Some places in Africa have, but certainly not in America. And certainly, I know Haiti has dealt with cholera, but it's not. But cholera, even when cholera has been affected, wasn't necessarily in Port-au-Prince per se. Of course, it was much more in Cap Haitien, meaning the vast majority of Haitians weren't necessarily affected as they are currently. But we're going to talk about all this, as the headline of the show indicates. We're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about a lot of other things that have been happening in the economic spectrum in Haiti today. So first and foremost, of course, we dropped a brand new YouTube Seejeanty on Facebook and on YouTube. We visited Banj. We finally, a lot of you guys have been trying to, been hitting me up, asking me, hey, Chris Seejeanty, when are you going to be going? When are you going to be, visiting Banj? You can't be talking economic entrepreneurship, and highlighting folks, and you don't, incorporate or speak with, very much the most respected institution, honestly, doing it at the grassroots level. Right. And so finally, you guys can get off my back. Right. We've gotten Banj. Right. And so if you haven't watched that episode, make sure you stop what you're doing after this stream and do go and watch it. Right. Do go and watch it. Of course, everything you see on we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be on HaitiBizNews.com, HaitiBizNews.com. Again, for those who are watching on Instagram, not Instagram, you guys aren't seeing it, but for those who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, you should see a little ticker, HaitiBizNews.com. We go and aggregate all business-related news that may be happening in the country, and we put it available for you guys. Share the stream. For those who are watching right now, do share the stream. The more folks we can bring in and engage in the conversation, the better sort of conversation we're going to have. Everything I read comments right on air. It's about having a conversation with folks, which is why I used to do this just pre-recorded, more like daily show style. But I realized, I enjoy the one-on-one conversations I'm having, or the one-on-many conversations I'm having with folks. And so, don't be shy. Drop a comment. I'll engage with you. All right. And the more folks we have engaged in doing the same thing, the better experience we're going to have all together. So again, do share the stream, share it on your Facebook, share it on YouTube, share it in some, Haitians living in, Florida, Haitians living in New York, Facebook groups, to get some more folks who are interested in staying in the know of Haiti in this chat and conversating. Right. And on a personal note, I'm dealing with a bit of a stomach bug, right, which has caused me to burp a little more than I than I would like. All right. So if you see me doing this a little more than I usually do, just know it's not me being rude. It's this weird stomach bug that's getting me a little more gassy than usual. Right. So just a little heads up on that point. Right. So I got some folks coming in into the chat right now. I got Michelle Ivan. First time I'm seeing you in here, man. Good to see you from Taiwan. On top of that, wow. I don't know what they say konnichiwa out there, but hello, Michelle. Thanks for coming through, brother. Ricky Jones, good morning. Haven't seen you here yet. Certainly hope to see you again. We got Black 260Z, Sakafet from New Jersey. Nous là, man, qui est en forme and posé. Sous bloc glace. We good, Black. Certainly hope to see you again. First time I'm seeing you. Canal David, good to see you again, man. Good to see you. We got Ricky Jones, Lauderhill, Florida, actually. Okay, all right, good stuff. Not too far from I'm actually talking to you guys out of South Florida right now myself. Videos KO, my good friend from Dominican Republic. In fact, I look forward to hearing your perspective when we get to DR in the stream. A lot of stuff's going on in DR right now, so you stay safe out there. Videos KO. Stay safe out there. But Berthony, I don't know. Berthony Dalalu. Okay, good to see you, man. First time I'm seeing Berthani in the chat. Hope to see you again, man. And we got Bounce Bougie 11. What's up, man? Good to see you. Happy to have you in the chat again, man. Hope you well. Thank you. And looking through IG, let's see what we got going on in here. Let's see. Got a couple folks. Zeki the Prophet. What's up, man? Rencent 13. We're gonna be talking about what's going on in Haiti. Don't worry about it. We got Bamu 72. Hello, bonsoir. Got a lot of folks, a lot of regulars in here. What's up, folks who, all right, I haven't said nothing, but I see you guys. We got 509 Motivation Music 1. Good morning. Good to see you. Her initials, JL. Thank you so much. I am on a medical pill popping regimen. So hopefully in another week, this little stomach bug will leave me alone. All right. And we got Isal. Oh, no, difícil. Isa Cells of Flow. What's up? Good to see you. We got Aoki Explorers. Bonsoir. Oh, that's right. How you doing? We got Lynn Toussaint from Chicago. An old friend of mine's. I hope you're doing well out there, Lynn. Hope you're warm and certainly COVID free. Definitely happy to have you in the chat today. And we got France Cochet, I guess. I'm gonna say it that way because I'm pretty sure I know what you meant to write there. If I'm wrong, excuse me. Good to see you, France. Good to see you. Okay, and IG. Okay, Issa Sales, South Florida. Okay, all right, cool. Issa Sales, South Florida. Gotcha. All right. Okay, so again, thanks for videos KOs in NYC. Okay, all right, yeah. I'm not sure which is safer right now. I think NYC has more COVID cases than Dominican Republic. I don't know, but so either way, videos KO. Stay safe. All right, so yeah, again, happy to see the folks in, a lot of new faces and some regulars too. So happy to see you guys in here today. We have a lot to talk about. Let's talk about some of the headlines we're going to be talking about. Obviously, COVID. A big part of our stream today is going to be talking on COVID, the impact, what's going on, updating on information. So that's going to be a big part of the show. And not only just in Haiti, but we're going to brush very briefly what's going on in DR as well. We're going to be talking about Bernard Hospital. Bernard Hospital has, the timing is interesting of some changes in terms of services. We'll be talking about law school in Jacmel. Law school in Jacmel. There's some interesting news happening out there. We're going to share with you guys. And the credit union, there's a credit union, some credit union news. It's very important to know that. First off, there are credit unions in Haiti. And we've got some positive news, to share from that front. And finally, Haiti Invest. We're going to be talking about what Haiti Invest is and some of the things that are going on from that perspective. Right. So that's some of the headlines we're going to be talking about today. And so stay tuned. Don't change that dial. Right. So let's jump into COVID. Let's just jump right into COVID. Right. So COVID-19, folks who don't know, just a quick rundown. It's a flu variant. It's been understood that it's a flu virus that has come from an animal, originally from a bat. It believed it jumped to I don't even know what the word is, pangolin. It's like a big fat lizard. Okay. And then from there, it jumped to a human. In particular, why it's a variant. We've had variants of this COVID before. The most recent big one, honestly, was SARS. The reason why it's so dangerous, honestly, is because of the fact that it has a much higher death rate, honestly, than the other variants. It's 2 to 3 times more deadly. Now, the death rate is relatively still low. We're looking at 3 to 4%, generally speaking. In Italy, it's as high as 8%, but certain countries have seen even lower death rates, less than 1%, right? And a big part of what's driving the death rate ultimately is who's being infected. In Italy, in particular, a lot of the people have been older, right? Italy has a generally older population, and additionally, too, some of the precautions that were taken, I understood Italy didn't take too many precautions at first, which allowed the spread to happen. But the combination of those two things have made it particularly more deadly in Italy. But nonetheless, the virus itself, it's very interesting. It latches. It's in the throat first, it's a virus. Obviously, it's very interesting. It's very contagious, right? It can go through the air, through moisture of your spit and everything. It can linger in the air as well. It can be on surfaces for hours. It can be on your hands for hours, even on your clothes for hours. And when it spreads, what it's looking for is looking for contact to your face, right? And so, be aware if you have it anywhere and it goes on your face, that's a happy virus, right? Because at that point, it starts working itself. Ultimately, what goes to get to your lungs, but it will linger in your throat area and your mouth area for a while, for up to even 2 weeks potentially. And it's it's a ninja sort of infection where you can have it, be spreading it, and not show any symptoms, which is another reason why it's such a very deadly, because it's for the high death rate and the fact that it can just be in your body and you don't even know it's in your body, makes it a very dangerous disease, right? To the point where, again, we just start calling it what it is, a pandemic. And then ultimately, once after so many days, it will go into your lungs. And at that point, you start showing some symptoms, some fevers, and some difficulty to breathe and things like that. For many people who have, immune systems that are working appropriately, it'll just pass, right? It'll just like any general flu. Your immune system will eventually, get to work, do its job, and get out your system and you recover, right? But for a lot of people who potentially have weakened immune systems, who are older, obviously, who are younger, who have smokers, compromised lungs, the damage that happens in your lungs, and in particular, it's important to understand what happens. This virus, what it does into your lungs, it does a few different things that are very, very dangerous. Okay, so first, when it gets into your lungs, it obviously it gets into your lungs and destroys the lung cells themselves. But then, and additionally, it sends out certain signals to that your actual immune system, that then actually makes your immune system overwork, and actually even as it's deleting the bad cells, is deleting the good cells with it. Right, so your immune system actually is working for the virus, right, and is actually doing more damage. Again, this is to your lungs now, right, and it can get to a point, especially if your lungs are already weak because you're a smoker, right, that it will immediately go to the air ducts, right? When you breathe in, the air goes into something called air ducts, and then these air ducts then your blood flows through, and chemical reactions happen, and then you get oxygen into your blood. Now, if you don't have that protective layer, if your protective layer is compromised because of immunity or smoking or etc., the damage that happens directly to these air ducts, and furthermore, the pathways and the veins that go into your lungs. A big thing that happens as these immune systems attack these lungs, scar tissues happen, right? That's number one. Additionally, your lungs start to secrete this nasty mucus, and that mucus as well starts to block your lungs, right, and block the operation of your lungs. So, again, it's this trifecta of things that happens to your lungs between, your tissues being attacked from the virus, your tissues being attacked by your own immune system, the fact that your lungs itself start to secrete this mucus as a byproduct of all this thing that's happening, that hardens and blocks your lungs, right? So all these things happen simultaneously, right? And if you're not coming from a standpoint of being pretty healthy to begin with, and then some of the recovery can happen, and damage happens, recovery. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you what it is. You're fucked. I want to be very clear, right? And that's why it's so important if to avoid older people, to avoid younger people, avoid people who are immunocompromised, because truly this virus, the way it works, and the fact that we don't have anything to counter it yet, the fact that we don't have a virus to teach our immune system to quickly identify that virus and attack it before it gets to our lungs, right? That's what a vaccine would allow us to do. Is as soon as it gets into your body, your immune system says, "Wait a minute, looks at this little paperwork, virus most wanted. Okay, that's okay. We got to get this guy quick, right?" And without a vaccine to help our immune system identify it quickly, we're pretty much on our own. And so that's what the virus is. I wanted to take some time and explain what the virus is. I'm not sure if many folks have taken time out to really understand what that virus and how it works. So that's that. So some of the things have happened. Of course, the virus has been hitting many countries. So obviously, it started in China, Wuhan. It's since migrated to India, to what's the other country? Iran. It's migrated obviously to Europe, Italy being heavily affected. Spain is another country that's been very, very much hard hit. There is the death count in Spain is in the thousands. In Italy, it's 3,000. China is also 3,000, but from the racial perspective, it's much lower. So even though China's 3,000, China recorded about 80,000 cases, whereas Italy also has 3,000, but only 40,000 cases, right? So double the death rate of China in Italy. And again, we just explained why, because they're a much older population. And again, the Italians really didn't take it too serious initially. They're still, they weren't doing social distancing when being advised, which is why it's so important that we learn from Italy's mistake, and why the recommendation by medical professionals, the CDC, are telling us to social distance ourselves, right, as much as possible. And if you can, stay home. If you have to go to work, make sure you're cleaning you're cleaning your environment, you're cleaning your hands as much as possible as you're in work and as you're traveling to work, right? And again, that's why it's so infuriating when you're seeing things like spring breakers, and even where I'm staying here in Florida, it's a condo and there's a pool, and I can tell you there's folks, young folks, because we're not too far from Nova, so young college folks, and they're still hanging out, still at the pool, chilling, right? And I'm like, you don't understand, the damage you're doing, even if you are a healthy person who can potentially weather it, the fact that you will be in contact with an older person, right, at some point, and you may kill that older person, right, or you may kill that younger person, right, or you may kill that immune compromised person, right? And so it's really our responsibility. And again, obviously too, as you do these things, you're putting doctors at risk and nurses at risk unnecessarily, right? Because all you had to do is just stay your butt home, right? So again, we all have a responsibility as people in the society to do what our part is, and luckily, a lot of employers, a lot of companies, a lot of have been very much compromising in how they operate and how they deal with their customers. In fact, today, one of the reasons why I had to push the show back, I had to go grab a new mic, and so I went to Best Buy. And when I went to Best Buy, They wouldn't let me into the store. Instead, they had me order this mic on an app, and then they came to my car and handed me the mic, which I thought was ingenious. And one of the things that a lot of companies are really doing their best to think outside the box to ensure that, okay, how can I stay open but yet not really be contributing to the spread of this pandemic, right? So that's what's happening in general. And again, everyone who's watching, just certainly I do want you guys to be safe. Again, long story short, listen, this is what you got to do. All right. Social distance, right? Don't go out if you don't need to. You do go out, practice cover, go with gloves, cover yourself. When you do get home, immediately as soon as you get home, wash your hands. If you can, go as far as even taking a shower, right? The clothes you have on, just immediately wash them, because again, it can stay on your clothes. And just keep your vitamin C up during this time. From my research, a little bit of hot tea, hot water with on some lemons, do some really, really good stuff for keeping your throat moist and protected, right? And that's really it. It's not rocket science, it really isn't, right? So all that said, let's talk about COVID in Haiti in particular, right? And so unfortunately, finally, there has been a COVID case in Haiti, two actually. The first was from a Belgian citizen in the Atibonite area, 63 years old, right? And then also a Haitian national, right? A Haitian national, 31 years old, who have been confirmed COVID cases, right? So for right now, we have two. No deaths yet, but right now we have two confirmed cases. Immediately upon finding this out and this announcement, President Jovenel Moise went ahead and initiated emergency measures. In Haiti, all airports, factories, schools are closed, right? Rah-rahs, cultural events, because this is technically the rah-rah season, are closed, are banned. Any meeting more than 10 people, any place that would have 10 people or more congregate is not allowed, right? And a curfew. There's also a curfew between 8:30 p.m. and 5 a.m. No one is allowed out, right? If you are allowed out, you will have to, speak with the police and figure out why exactly you are out, right? And additionally, as I mentioned at the beginning of the cast, all airlines have decided not to fly anymore. American Airlines, in particular, are doing something particularly special, working with the embassy, and to have their American citizens fly out. So the American Airlines is doing their flying for those who are in, and I actually know a few people who are citizens, U.S. citizens who are in Haiti right now. They're flying empty, and then going to be flying out with citizens out of the country, right? So that's going to be happening, and as a way, and there's supposed to be 4 of these flights for American Airlines where citizens of the U.S. Will be able to fly out. And I've heard other countries are looking to organize something very similar. Canada, France, they're looking to organize something very similar to get their citizens out of Haiti. And because it's, Haiti, unfortunately, the medical apparatus isn't necessarily where it needs to be. So let's make that our next talking point. What is going to be the impact in Haiti, right? Especially as this thing grows. I can tell you right now, World Caribbean, for example, deciding to stop their operations last week. Labadie employs over 1,000 Haitians. So that's 1,000 Haitians who are currently now unemployed without work, right? So that's impact right away from an economic perspective. 53,000 factory workers are expected to go without work during this period while factories are closed or operating in very slim amounts, right? So that's massive, right? And of course, Haiti, even though in America we're talking about right now, every U.S. citizen getting $2,000 a month potentially as support, or $1,000 a month in support. There's been talks about that. Haiti being what it is, we don't expect that same level of support, unfortunately, right? So a lot of these folks will be on their own during this very difficult time, right? Where we expect at least through April things to continue to be shut down in the country, right? And of course, the sanitation situation in Haiti, where we know the vast majority, 60 to 70% of Haitians, don't have running water at home, right? And so what that means, the implications of that means our best defense, which we know is to wash our hands. A lot of Haitians don't have that in their homes. Now, a lot of Haitians have been stepping up right? So I know there's a lot of people who are placing bins on their streets and in their neighborhoods that has water, one bucket of water and another bucket of hand soap mixture to allow them to people in their community to as they're walking by to be able to wash their hands. So a lot of folks are doing that in Haiti currently. And so, and a lot of, employers have stepped up and giving their employees products to take home to be able to sanitize their environment, sanitize themselves. So that is happening. There has been an upsurge of Haitians working together. And one thing that's true about Haitians in Haiti, in times of crisis, we put aside our political rumblings and everything else, and we work together. And so that is. The stories coming out on that is very, very happy to hear and very endearing to hear those sort of stories happening. But certainly it is, it's tough. It's tough because, as we know, the infrastructure for Haitian hospitals aren't really there. And if a spread were to happen, it would be very bad, right? So we're certainly keeping our fingers crossed that it doesn't get to that particular threshold in Haiti, right? Especially as news have come out where, in DR, let's just change subjects on that for a second, 72 positive cases in DR, 301 people are suspected in Dominican Republic to have it, and there's 3 deaths from COVID so far in the DR, right? But, things have been implemented over the Dominican Republic that certainly has lended to an improved, or at least it could be worse, right? Obviously curfews in place. Many hospitals have stepped up and changed the way they operate to help facilitate the health care of these people who are infected. And obviously DR has a lot more hospitals and general infrastructure to help support this sort of situation versus Haiti, right? But of course, DR, what has been, the border has been blocked between Haiti and DR for some time now. I think even before the general announcements, DR is one of the first places that had its borders blocked and people unable to go to Haiti, right? And so, that's really the extent of what COVID has done currently in Haiti. We are watching as I speak with associates, friends of mine in Haiti. They all tell me the same thing. It's a lot of Haiti is currently a ghost town. Now there are still some folks, Mama Saras and the people who really, if they don't sell, they don't eat. Obviously, as you know, there is no social security net in Haiti. They're still out and about, but even their behavior has changed. They're not congregating in mashuns. They're, trying to find places along streets that they are by themselves. Even folks who are moving about, less folks are taking taps. More folks are choosing to walk than be, huddled into a small area, which is good. Those who can get gloves are. Now, there have been reports of some price gouging, as much as 2 to 3 to 4 times. I know for myself, when I had to have my office manager go out and get supplies for the office, I know what I usually pay for cleaning products, and they were 3 to 4 times more expensive. So that's coming from personal. I'm telling you guys, I'm looking at my receipts, and I'm telling you the prices right now are 3 to 4 times more expensive, right? And that's if you can even find them. Like, I had my office manager move pretty quickly early Friday, but I'm hearing, as much as, from Saturday to even today, the grocery stores, a lot of these places are blank. There isn't cleaning products. There isn't soap. There isn't napkins. I mean, what you're seeing in America, you're seeing it in Haiti. But of course, which much more dire consequences, right? And the black market is certainly starting to kick up, and that's one thing you can't knock a Haitian. If there's an economic opportunity, you will see folks hustling. I know, for example, they're selling masks. There's people selling masks on the streets in Haiti right now for $1, $2 a mask, right? So, listen, on one level, you can't knock the hustle, but still, the implications of this is certainly dire, right? So that's where we're at with COVID. We're in Haiti in particular. We're basically keeping our fingers crossed, hoping that some of these very strict travel restrictions really do a good job of keeping some of the foreign, spread from happening. Beyond that, though, we don't know what's going to happen. It's very much up in the air. We'll see as time goes on the impact, and hopefully, by April, we'll have hopefully this situation under lock. Flights can resume back into Haiti, because again, the economic impact. Remember, for example, when I think about tourism, we got a level 4 just last month, right, which already slowed down traffic quite a bit, and now you have this situation, right, which is a total shutdown of all people coming into the country. Wow, right? So that's a 1-2 punch that the world economy is suffering from, but Haiti in particular, with its nascent economy, I'm not sure how exactly we move forward and how Haiti's economy survives. We'll see. Already we had negative growth prospected because of pay lock that happened, and now this 1-2 punch of the travel advisory and this, we are certainly, dare I say, at risk of a depression, not a recession. We are at a risk at a depression in Haiti, which is dire already, given the economic constraints of the country, right? And of course, as they say, if when America sneezes, Haiti catches a cold. And of course, America certainly is on a pathway to recession. And so if America is on a path of recession, Haiti certainly going to be very much heavily affected as well, right? So let's look at the chats. Let's see what folks are saying here. We got Jean Bicentat. I'm sure I missed your name. I'm butchering your name. Excuse me. Good to see you, Jean. Good to see you again. We got Marie Charles Awood from Michigan. I think it's still chilly out there. Good to see you, Marie. Good to see you. We got Shanimili. You think I, as much as you were in my chat, you think I can say your name by now. but good to see you, my dear. We got Wiljean Pierre, Bon Dimanche, definitely, and we'll be careful. We got Queen and Scott Forever, first person. First time I'm seeing you here. Good to see you. Is the virus in Haiti? Yes, it is. I just talked about it. Watching from Brooklyn. Yep. Good to see you. All right. And got Black 260Z saying, yes, COVID is in Haiti. Oh, we're responding. Great. Conversations happening. We got Pascal Antoine saying, have you seen any illegal church services? It's funny. I've seen some things on Twitter, actually, where you had this one pastor threatening his congregation, saying, hey, if anybody says the word COVID in here, you will be sanctioned, right? And saying, hey, if you guys don't believe in your religion and in me, this is the pastor, that you don't believe in me enough that you're worried about this COVID. And I'm watching this. I'm like, that's not how this works. COVID doesn't depend on belief, man. But what I do know, I'm not in Haiti, so I can't necessarily, tell you firsthand if I'm seeing church services happening. I do know that the police have announced that they will be going into churches and arresting pastors if church services happen. Right? The police, PNS was very clear. There will be no church services. Right? Now, again, we all know how religious zealots work and how they live in their own world and do it their own thing, no matter what facts are presented their way. So, are there some church services happening somewhere? Absolutely. And so I'd say, we'll keep an eye on that and maybe talk about it next week. But officially from the line from the government, there is not supposed to be church services today, right? So thanks for that question, Pascal. Again, good to see you, man. Good to see you, Pascal. I hope you're doing well wherever in the world you are. Let's see, Gardner Pierre. Hey, man, good to see you. Hello. First time I'm seeing you here, Gardner Pierre. Hope to see you again. Black 260Z says, okay, responding to someone else in there. Okay. Black says he's in New Jersey, driving to Delaware to get supplies. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that's rough. Pascal Antoine asks, depression, Haiti isn't. Well, Pascal, from an economist perspective, if you have GDP growth, right, even if it's small, right, and I think the past few years we've had like 1.5-ish or so GDP growth. You're not in depression, right? Technically, from a technical perspective, is what I'm saying. But from a technical perspective, again, we are certainly in depression and in recession because we had negative GDP growth for over 2 quarters, right? And so, that's all. I'm just saying a technical perspective. That's all. Shania says, "Wow, yeah, across state." Okay, responding to someone else there. Pascal says, videos of church services being emptied. Oh, very good. Very good. I gotta watch that on Twitter. Or I'm not sure where you're getting that from, but that's good because, this is, it's just good to see the police really stepping in and doing things for the public good. That's good. Gardens Pierre says, are you planning to reschedule your canceled trip to Oakland at the, oh yeah. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's definitely 100%. Yeah. So he's asking, guys. I was supposed to do a meet and greet this week, this Thursday just passed. Had to cancel it, obviously, because of everything that's going on. Honestly, I think the restaurants probably closed themselves, given what's going on. And so yeah, I will be rescheduling once I have an idea of when this thing's actually over the hump. I'd aim for the fall, to do something again. Certainly aim for the fall. So look out for that, Gardens, Pierre. We got Midzua. Good to see you, Midzua. Haven't seen you a bit. Good to see you. Hope they start pulling pastors in prison and et cetera, and the Fidel, so they can stop. Certainly if they don't want to listen to reason or facts, there's no other choice but prison, right? On WhatsApp, send me some videos in Pascal. I want to see this. Send me some videos. Tamara Jimenez, hello. Mara says it's sad that these prices are being doubled and tripled. To me, when I go to Haiti, I go to the different stores and the prices are already high as it is. You're right, and it's outrageous. I believe God will give our island grace. The prices are already pretty expensive, and the fact they're being doubled and tripled, it's certainly criminal. There's no other word for it. It's criminal. Looking at IG right now, we do see Diaspora Santas. What's up? Good to see you. No flights to Haiti, absolutely, and that's because of Haiti. Haiti has blocked all flights from coming into the country, right? So yeah, no flights. Even myself, after I get off this cast here, I got to call. I had to fly my own self. I got to call and see, how they plan to do things. Additionally, I had my own father was supposed to be coming in to Haiti this coming week, and so obviously he's canceled as well. So I got to call for him and get all that sorted, right? So trust me, it's not a fun time for me and a lot of people, honestly. We got Bradley Dorcelis and IG saying First time commenting, but I've been watching you on YouTube for a good 7 months now. Awesome, man. Happy to have you commenting and watching. Yeah, listen, I appreciate it. It says, love everything you do, everything you're doing, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. I certainly appreciate watching, subscribing, and more stuff, good stuff to come, God willing. Thanks, man. We got Stefan Larison. Oh, Stefan, good to see you commenting in the chat. Good to see you. Stefan is a guy who's doing some great things in Haiti. Successful businessman in America and doing some very impactful things in Haiti, between building a little resort, not a little resort, a big resort, and also having a school for AC and electrical work and a lot of different stuff. Good to see you, Stefan. So Stefan says, Jeanty, the government should encourage people who can and go to their relatives in the mountains, in the countryside, support these people, restart our local production, whether in agriculture or fishing. Absolutely. No disagreement there, man. That is, the day, the day I go fanatic for a Haitian president is the day that president is doing things just like that, right? And then the president that does stuff like that, if y'all say something bad about him, we're fine. So we got Marie saying, I already read that. So we got on IG, we have Mark Joseph. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Mark. Hope you're doing well. And so Mark says, do you feel the social and economic fallout could lead out to radical armed political activity, especially given how unlikely foreign entities would be to respond, given that's all that's happening? So in Haiti, all radical activity has a political source, right? So it's a great question. And I can't tell. I don't know, certainly, where this is going. That's the easiest way to answer that, right? I don't know where this is going. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know where this is going and how this is ultimately going to impact Haiti, and how, certain selfish political actors who have never thought about Haiti from a, us perspective, actors that have always looked at Haiti as, what can I get out of this, and screw everything else and everyone else, will ultimately use this, as an opportunity to continue that behavior. I can't speak to that. What I can speak to is, the resilience that I'm seeing and hearing about, and the many other Haitians who are about, Haitian unity and helping their fellow Haitian brother and sister, how they've been working very hard to ensure that folks don't get sick and folks don't spread the virus, and the focus has been right there, right? And only time will tell ultimately what selfish political actors will do to try to take advantage of the situation, right? And that's the best way I can answer that, Mark, right? But great question, right? So let's move on, right? Let's move on. The next point. Thanks for all the comments on this. I see a lot of folks are very, very much concerned and interested in this from a perspective, right? And again, let's just keep, for those who are of the praying type, let's keep praying, and those who can or who are acting, let's keep acting, right? To have Haiti, weather through this and get out into a much better spot, right? So in other news, law school of Jacmel. Actually, before I go there, a related news, somewhat to the COVID. I should have mentioned this as I was talking about everything else. Bernard Muse Hospital, one of the larger hospitals in Haiti, have suspended their outpatient services. For those who don't know what outpatient services are, it's the ones that, generally, where if you don't have to stay there overnight, that's considered outpatient. They suspended their services. So again, this is all part of, once again, this is one of the larger, Haitian hospitals, and it impacts trauma centers, and one of the few, in the whole country. And they're restricting their services. And they said the reason why is because of they've said economic difficulties. I haven't elaborated, but economic difficulties, right? So again, this happened about last week, just before everything has happened. So and I've in my discussions with people who are a little close to the matter, it's really on them. They've done this really to try to better handle and better specialize in what they see isn't necessarily available. This sort of overnight treatment. They're focused on putting the resource towards that, right? But still, certainly, when one of your top hospitals chooses to provide less services, that is not a good thing, right? So important to mention just to kind of put this COVID chapter to rest before we move on. So next story we definitely want to talk about has to do with Law School Jacmel. Law School Jacmel is looking to expand what it's offering currently. They have announced that they've put together 100 million good investment, which is equivalent to about 1.52 million USD to construct and expand on the Law School Jacmel. Eric Jean-Baptiste, who heads the RDNP party, is the focal point pushing the expansion of the Law School Jacmel. Most of funding is from private donors, though as part of the announcement, they're still looking for more donors. The impact obviously is to help with the educational output of Jacmel, which is considered somewhat to be one of the stronger points in the country currently, right? So that's great news from that perspective. We're looking to get more information from there. The credit union the Emergency Savings and Credit Union, UCEC, have announced that despite the Haiti law, despite a lot of the difficulties that have happened in the country, they've seen an increase in growth. They've had an asset growth of the bank by 27.2%. That's their assets currently sit now at 113 million good, which is equivalent to 1.89 million USD. From that was in 2018. They're currently sitting at 144 million good, or 1.51 million USD as of 2019, which again, that's impressive. But here's the figures that really matter. When you're talking about a credit union. You're looking at their savings. This is the Haitians who are saving. They saw an increase from 75.5 million good, which is about 800,000 USD. And now they're sitting at 96.8 million good, which is about 1 million, a little north of 1 million. So from 800,000 USD to 1 million in 1 year. That's $200,000 of increased savings from their members. And the members are around 8,000 or pushing 9,000 members who are part of their credit union, which is, again, truly fantastic. And of course, a lot of some metrics related to their operation. They're well fortified. Liquidity rates from between 40%, around 40% versus the 25% that is asked by the central regulator in Haiti, right? And they have a overall profitability ratio of 28.52%. So again, and why this is important, a union versus a bank. A bank is there to exist strictly to maximize profits, right? Whereas a credit union exists to really maximize the welfare and wealth ultimately of its members, right, in a profitable way, which is a very different mission, right? And so to have the credit union, report such positive numbers, it certainly is a good indicator. But to be fair, as hard as a lot of people don't believe me when I tell them this, but the financial sector in Haiti actually, year over year, is not only profitable, no matter what's going on in the country, but the Haitian financial system in Haiti actually is the most profitable in the Caribbean, right? I'm gonna say that again. The banking system in Haiti is the most profitable in the Caribbean, right? For what it's worth, right? Now, I'm not saying the value, the overall capitalization is large, but the profitability is, right, which is very interesting, right? And the reason why, of course, why is that? Well, for banks, it's very clear. Interest rates are very high, right? Interest rates are very high. As for the credit union, I don't necessarily, it's the same, right? You're still looking at it's going to be cheaper than the banks, but it is still going to be a much higher interest rate. Now, so when I say high, I'm talking about as high as 30%, right? For auto loans, right? For auto loans, we're looking at 30%, right? And we're used to in America, if you have good credit, almost you can get a car for 3% here in America, right? So, and finally, the last news story has to do with Haiti Invest. Haiti Invest is an initiative being launched by USAID. The goal here is to help SMEs, small and medium enterprises, to expand and get financing from financial advisors, right? With the help of financial advisors, right, and get funding from traditional financing entities from around the world, with the help of advisors to help craft a proper portfolio to show to these international investors to help them actually put these things together, right? And they're looking to acquire funding. A lot of these SMEs are looking to acquire funding from $100,000 to $2 million USD. And some of the lead financial advising firms that are helping these SMEs as a part of Haiti Invest and USAID include Sadel, Haiti, Njeka, Sofides, and Cross Boundary, right? Now, it's important to state that a lot of times you'd be like, oh, well, do these guys really do anything? No, I think there's a company I'm trying to get on Seejeanty. And hopefully I can get them, within the next few months, called Glory. And they're a toilet paper. They make toilet paper. Very simple product, but takes a lot. It takes a very large space, and they have lots of employees. And they got, and they took them $1 million investment to get going. And they got going through a USAID program, a USAID investment program, very similar to Haiti Invest. And there's the staff of Glories in the dozens to potentially hundreds, right? And that's real impact that's happening, and does happen because of these sort of programs, right? And so they do happen. They do actually lead to positive income and positive impact, right? And so we'll be talking. Hopefully, we'll be able to get the Glory CEO, who by the way is a woman, on a future Seejeanty episode. So do look out for that, right? And so that's really the sort of the stories. That's where we're gonna. That's where we're having other stories right now, because I can tell you everything is really grounded to a halt because of the COVID, and I think the next few Haiti Biz News shows are going to be very much COVID based, unfortunately, but it's important. I certainly do hope that when I do come back on air, I am not talking about any deaths. I'm not talking about a mass count of cases. I hope that this is as much as it goes, but of course that when it comes to Haiti, that potentially may be very optimistic, right? Let me see what folks are saying in the chats about that. Let's take a look. Shania says, "Isn't there something the government can do about price gouging?" So Haiti does have a consumer protection entity, right? And the consumer protection entities do have officers that are supposed to go to stores and, depending on the product, evaluate the product and fine and citate, right? And some of the things the consumer product is supposed to do, for example, is look for expired products. Look for products that aren't supposed to be sold. For example, in Haiti, there's a law in the books that any bread that's sold in Haiti is supposed to be enriched with additional vitamins and nutrients. So no bread sold that's just white bread. That's actually illegal in Haiti. Additionally, these consumer protection officers are supposed to find and cite any grocery stores or any stores using plastic bags, right? So Haiti has the right laws, right? And Haiti technically has the right organizational structure, to improve the society at large. But the thing is, I've never seen one, right? I've talked to people who own grocery stores. They've told me they haven't had a consumer protection person come in years, right? So obviously the staff and the actual focus of these consumer protection officers are almost non-existent, right? And so to answer your question, Shania, yes, the government should. Yes, the government could. Yes, the government has the legal apparatus, right, to do so, and actually even has the organization, and the departmental organization to do so. But unfortunately, it doesn't get done, right? And that is really the story of Haiti, right? It's not that we don't have the laws, we do. It's not that we don't have the organization to do, we do. It just seems that there is, at some point between the will and the funds, something gets lost, right? Great question, Shania. So Marie Charles Awood says, do you think Western Union will perhaps discontinue their fees so we can send funds to Haiti, to people back home? That would be nice. And I swore I thought I read something about something like that. I read something about, I don't, it's very loosely. I remember something being talked or reading some headline about that, but I haven't heard anything formal about that. And no, I wouldn't expect that to happen in the least bit. It would be nice, certainly. It would be very helpful. Yes, that's as much as I can say, right? But that would be very helpful if that did happen. Pascal says, Pascal doubts that as happening. We got France saying, is it possible to open an account with Haitian Credit Union while living outside the United States? If so, would the deposit be made to be helpful for the economy? So I know for banks, yeah, you can open your personal bank account even though you're a U.S. citizen, so long as you also have some sort of Haitian ID, right? Like a NIF, like a driver's license in particular. I know for a fact you can't open a bank account in Haiti. And I think you may not even need that even. I think any U.S. citizen, you might be able just to open a bank account regardless. This is just a general bank account. As for a credit union, I'm not too sure. I think they might have a little more rigor in who they accept as part of the credit union. Some credit unions have specific customers they're looking for. There's some credit unions in Haiti that are looking specifically for farmers, for example. There's some credit unions explicitly looking for factory workers, right? So it really depends on the credit union. But I can't answer it specifically if you as a U.S. citizen can just open up a Haitian credit union account. That's a great question, right? And let's look through IG real quick and see what folks are saying. We have Ronald Mijon, and good to see you, brother. Happy to have you in the live today. Let's see who else we got. We got Gurad Victor saying, no, I am supposed to be in Haiti, but my flight got canceled, and I am riding it out. Just like you guys here stateside, looking for the very first flight to get back into my country. So, and of course, handling my business affairs remotely. Right. So the implementation is the issue. That is correct. Haiti, that is the national motto of Haiti. Implementation is the issue. Right. So that's where we're going to end it. Right. So remember, guys, for those who came in late, I did have a brand new on location video. We checked out Bunge, an entrepreneurial hub in Haiti. We had a fantastic experience speaking to a lot of the different players who are helping Bunge be successful and impact. So if you haven't seen that episode yet, don't, as soon as this stream ends, go over and watch that video. Honestly, it's important that you guys know and be hopeful, right? You're inundated all the time and every day with just this negative, bile of Haiti, and there's, it's hopeless. But believe it or not, there are people who are pushing through and make an impact. And Bunge, the folks who are there, the folks who are help running it, the folks who are using it to improve themselves, to gain access to the international market for their businesses and just for themselves. Truly, each person is a ray of hope and a ray of positivity that might be able to really put Haiti in a positive direction and light. So if you haven't seen that episode, do check it out. And then Bunge itself has some things that can help you guys out. For example, those who are looking to transition into the country, Bunge might be up something you may want to consider going, visiting, speaking with those who are running it to see, what sort of networking events are happening. Because one of the things I usually tell folks when they're looking to come to Haiti, I tell them first I'll do it very slowly, right? But also I tell them, try to network and meet folks. And Bunge is a center that really is all about networking, really about working together. And again, pretty quick internet that's affordable for you as well, right? And so certainly check out the episode, and then do your next trip to Haiti. Visit Bunge. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, right? Of course, everything we talked about today, HaitiBizNews.com, HaitiBizNews.com. It's a site aggregator. We grab all the top business-related articles from websites all across the internet, and we plop it, make it available for you. So use it as a daily resource. Just go to HaitiBizNews.com. Stay in the know. Stay in the current, right? And of course, if you appreciated what we talked about today, make sure you share the stream. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your WhatsApp. Share it in between your friends directly. Right? Share it. Let's get some folks, to improve their IQ when it comes to Haiti. Let's take out the politics and the craziness and the extra that usually comes when we're talking about Haiti and the conspiracy theories, all that stuff. Let's stick to the facts, right? And we're a fact-based Haiti show in English, right? So again, if you appreciate what we're doing here, and we do this, by the way, every single Sunday, God willing, around 11 a.m., right? If something else isn't happening that's slowing down my output, but 11 a.m. Sunday. So make sure you share the stream, and then remember, come back on Sunday, 11 a.m., for a weekly recap of what's gone on in Haiti and in the country, right? And again, that's where we're at. Listen, guys, I appreciate you. And until we're back at it again, we'll be back at it again. Peace.